we should first of all understand what the problems are and not exaggerate, and also understand that Africans and their leaders want to do their best to address these problems that have kept us all behind the rest of the world. When we talk about coups d'etats are a very bad thing. There's no question about it. But people need to go beyond just hearing coup d'etats and look at what is the possible origin of these coups. And coups also presupposes that these are just military people taking over power from constitutional or civilian governments. But you have to understand also that there are some very bad civilian governments too. That's one thing leads to another, and therefore in analyzing that, you want to see what is the cause. What is the cause of this bad thing that has happened? And then fix that. When you look at governance generally, you want to look at which place that is able to look at or look after its own people. Make the very investments we are talking about so that people and countries can thrive. And for the time being, not even bothered so much where this is originating from. Because if bad governance is done by bad leaders who are civilians, still it is bad governance and it will cause problems anyway. And this bad governance and coups are not confined to Africa. In fact, they have association with the interaction of the rest of the world, particularly those countries that, as of origin, as we know, who were either the colonizers of this Africa. First of all, was colonization a good thing? But it happened. And even after colonial times, actually the sort of relationship between those who were colonized with the colonizers stayed in a different form and stayed affecting the people of the continent. One example is the incredible amount of control those people still exercise in the continent. You find those coups or bad governance happening on the watch of the very people who colonized those countries and still working with them as if nothing is happening. When things go wrong, of course, you are right to blame the Africans. I think for me, I would blame them for having allowed it in the first place. Having allowed that people from outside should come to any country, to Africa, and start telling people what to do, what not to do, and when things go wrong, they just jump the ship and they start blaming the very people they told to do what they did and later on backfired.